Welcome to the Game Hanger, where we talk about video games and nothing but video games. We are your hosts, Michael and Brie, and today we actually have a very special guest with us. This man has got us making this podcast. He got me into my favorite metal band. He also helped me get into, well, he didn't really help me. He gave my name to someone else that got me into an article on the school website. Thank you for that, by the way. I never thanked you.
Yeah.
Because the email literally said that you gave her my name, and I'm like, holy shit. The creator of shameless plug, Spinning Thoughts, Angelo.
Hello, friends. It is an honor and a pleasure to be here. I have known you both for at least over a year. Michael, a little bit longer, I guess. But yeah, I've had you both in class, and I work with you all in different capacities still beyond that. So this is amazing. I love video games. I love the both of you, and I'm so thrilled to be here today. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're very happy to have you. We literally tried to have you, I don't know for how long, and then our podcast died. So,
But it's back.
It's back.
It's alive.
It's alive.
Literally.
But today's video games are going to be Stardew Valley, Coral Island, and Graveyard Keeper.
Ooh.
Have you heard of that one?
Yeah, I've played a little bit. I haven't gotten too deep into it, but I'm really excited because you know a lot about it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I've played it. It was relatively cheap on Steam whenever I found it.
Yep.
And I just I upgraded to a Mac before the school year started because I think
Good choice.
Yeah, I know. I know. I needed it because it's so good at editing.
Mm-hmm.
And last year I had a Dell, so I was able to play like more fun PC computer games. But once I upgraded to a Mac, the only games I could play from Steam was Stardew Valley and Graveyard Keeper. So I'm just like, well, I might as well just play Graveyard Keeper. But here we go.
Yep. This summer of 2025 was one of the busiest summers that I've had.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Yeah, I know. It just keeps getting crazier and crazier. Yeah, it was just a nutty summer. I'm running 3 offices at Point Park University, and this summer I had to hire 4 new people into my area, and that's a lengthy process. It takes some time. You want to find the right people, and you know we did it. We've got them. They're here, and they're doing great. But yeah, the summer was crazy. I didn't get to really dive into as many like fun things as I would normally like to. Obviously, I'm on a podcast talking about games because I love video games, and I really didn't get to dive into video games as much as I would have wanted to this summer. But I will say that one of the highlights of the summer for me was getting my hands on a Switch 2 on release day.
Ooh.
And so that's been very, very fun, and I look forward to going home every day. And even if I don't pick it up for very long, I just like to look at it and know that it's there.
Yeah.
And getting the Switch 2 is it's reinvigorated my interest in like other like previous games, like not even newer ones on the system. Yeah. It's been interesting to like play like older Switch games or whatever on Switch 2 and see how they run and the visuals. So that's been really great. I love the anxiety of trying to get a new console in a way. Like I love it, but I hate it at the same time. Like I set alarms to stay up until midnight whenever the pre-release. I even had Cindy, my partner, stay up, and we had 2 different accounts going on 3 different websites to try to get a pre-order so I could get it on day one. I ended up getting it from Walmart, and on the release day, I think it was June the 5th. I can't remember the day it came out. It was delivered at my door at 6:50 a.m. I took off from work. I never take off, ever. I mean, ask anybody who works for me. I never take off.
I never thought you took off. Anyways.
I don't, except I took off to be at home and get my Switch 2 and play it the entire day. So that was the highlight. Donkey Kong Bonanza was a release in July that I've been playing, and it's beautiful on the system. I know these aren't the games that we're talking about here today, but that was really like the highlight for me. A lot of work-related things, but in the summer it was really great to get the Switch 2, play some new games, revisit some old ones, including Stardew Valley, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
I I really want to get a Switch too. I just haven't been able to get one because I have more important purchases.
Yeah,
So
it's not cheap.
Yeah, especially for classes, because I have to spend an arm and a leg on classes this semester for like equipment and all that.
Yeah, you both are in majors that kind of demand
Yeah.
access to software and hardware, and that stuff's not cheap for sure.
But
As of right now, sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
As of right now, I'm good with my Switch. Nintendo had pissed me off
Really? Why?
because of the Switch 2.
Well, what about it? I'm
The
curious.
fact that you're not owning the Switch, you're owning a license to operate it.
You're talking
it's-
about the game key cards. Is that what you're talking about?
that, but it's also the Switch.
Dive into that further. What do you mean?
I read on articles online that it said that whenever you get the Switch 2, you're not owning the device. You're like, if you are doing some modding to the Switch that they don't allow,
I know what you're saying.
they brick your Switch.
Yep.
And it ruins the fact that you can't do what you want with, like, you bought this.
Yeah.
You can't do what you want with it.
It's a
And
really good point that you're bringing up.
yeah.
You're accurate on that. Yeah, there's been like these new mods and like these game carts that you can buy that just have like a bunch of like game dumps, or even like I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now, but there's like this game cart that allows you to take like, you know, different games from the internet or from your previous Switch and just dump them onto the new one. And yeah, I guess Nintendo has a way of seeing if this is happening, and there have been legitimate reports that people's Switch 2s are legitimately just dead now because they were trying to mod it and Nintendo shut it down. I'd say in general, like this is now a different leap forward in the video game landscape, like with the consoles.
It is,
but Nintendo's always been like this.
Yeah.
They've been really weird about their IPs.
They've been really picky about it, which I mean, I get it. It's kind of their own work, like, I get it. But it's the fact that that the Switch breaks after you spend, like, I don't know, $900 on it. Well, it's not cheap. And then on top of that, the game cards, yeah, that pissed me off even more because it's a key that goes onto their online server just to download the game.
Yep.
You don't own the game.
Correct.
That and you pay $10 extra for that. Yeah. For a plastic key.
Yeah, I mean it's a weird. The game key cards is a weird thing. Yeah, I kind of I'm in the middle on it, like, because I am a physical video game like nut. I love to collect physical games.
I love to collect the physical copy of video games. I love to collect action figures. Like, action figures are easy because you literally it's goddamn toy.
Right.
You own the toy.
Right.
But like in the older video games, like I was playing Red Dead 2 over the summer, and LA Noire over the summer too.
Oh, that's a good one.
I want to talk about that sooner or later. Like, I have the physical copy of that game. Like, if I want the physical copy of the game, I want the physical copy of the game. I don't want no damn key card.
Yeah, and that's what I think is kind of pissing people off, is like they're trying to cater to the individuals, like probably the three of us, that want physical games and have it on their shelves and be able to either lend it to a friend to play, or if you ever, I don't ever trade mine back in, but I did as a kid whenever, I didn't have any adult money, and now I have some of that. But they're trying to it's almost like they're trying to please everybody, but at the same time pissing everybody off, right?
Yeah.
Because it is basically a digital download, but they're masquerading it as a physical game. You go, you buy it, there's a cartridge in your hand, but you still need to be connected to the internet to download it, to do anything with it. And at any point, if they shut the servers down, that game is useless.
Exactly.
Useless. But if we wanted to right now go back and play, Mario 64 on the N64, guess what we can go and do if you have the physical system in the cart? You're playing Mario 64. Yep.
Like, I went to Florida for vacation, and I brought my Switch. I have been playing the Batman Arkham trilogy. I can never stop playing the Batman Arkham trilogy.
Such a good trilogy.
I've never played it and have always wanted to.
I have completed all 4 games.
There's 5, but
there's 5 because we're including Arkham Shadow.
Oh, well, there's also the DS game.
Blackgate.
Blackgate.
Yeah, Blackgate. I have barely played that one. As I did not count that
I
one.
played that, but
It
yeah.
kind of, for me, it was irrelevant. But I have Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight all on the same card. Literally, I plug it in, and I play it on the Switch on airplane mode. Like, I have the game right there.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck?
I know. Yeah, it's and there's already like been what's interesting about the game keycard thing too is, first of all, Nintendo's aware that this is pissing people off. I don't know if you guys have seen this or if it's just on Switch 2. I guess it would just be if you have a Switch 2. So like Switch 2 owners, and I experienced this myself, we've received emails from Nintendo asking us to complete surveys about where our satisfaction is at with game keycards. So they're clearly aware that it's kind of pissing off the community a little bit. And then if you look at the data, the like sales data, it is very, very, very like polarizing in the way that people are not buying the game keycards. You can see like if a game is only released as a game keycard, people are not buying it. But you look at like Cyberpunk 2077 that came out on Switch 2, which I went and got on day one.
Oh yeah.
That is all on the cart. It is not a digital download. The whole damn game is on the cart, and that's a massive game. We all know that whenever it first released on the PS4, PS5, and Xbox, Series and all that, it was not great because the systems couldn't handle it, right? And CD Projekt Red, the developers, worked their asses off to fix the problems and to give back to the community with some free DLC and then an amazing Phantom Liberty DLC.
Yes.
Anyways, on the Switch 2, like that, not only does the cartridge hold the game, it holds the Phantom Liberty DLC as well, and it plays beautifully. It looks amazing. The frame rate is so solid. So if CD Projekt Red can do that with Cyberpunk 2077, why is it that these other developers are not doing it? And from what I've found from my very light research is it's a Nintendo problem. Shocker, right? So they only offer 1 gigabyte size of a cartridge. I think it's a 64 gig cart, and because it's a larger size cart, it costs more money. So think of it this way: you get let's even talk about like maybe Stardew Valley in this sense. So Stardew Valley is a small size game, right?
It is.
It's on phones. There's smart refrigerators that have Stardew Valley on it.
What?
Seriously? Well, there's smart refrigerators that even have Skyrim on it right now. I'm not even kidding. So Skyrim is literally, or not Skyrim, Stardew Valley is a small size game that can go onto any system, any platform, and run, right? So Stardew Valley wouldn't need a 64 gig cart. They would need a smaller size cart. So like Stardew Valley, a 1-person developer is not going to go and spend all this money to put Stardew Valley on a 64 gig cart when they only need like less than 5 gigs for it. So they make a business decision, and then they either do the game key card because that's cheaper, or they just go full digital. So again, it's Nintendo, I think, being a little money hungry and just not really paying attention to the landscape right now.
No, they are pretty money greedy. But
speaking of like Stardew, you mentioned that that it was a 1-person team. He expanded his team.
Really?
Yeah, so now he has multiple people working on it, so he could also focus on Haunted Chocolatier.
Which I can't wait to play that. There's not even a release date on that, is there?
No, he basically has been working on it like on and off, but he did confirm that 1.7 will be coming. He didn't say when, he didn't say what will be in it, but he confirmed at the Symphony of the Seasons Orchestra that 1.7 is in the works.
are we talking about the dev Concerned Ape?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay. Good for him.
Yeah, that's great that there's more people on the team now. I
Yeah.
mean, it's always been endearing that it was just one, but I mean, at some point, like, you can't do everything.
Yeah.
And, with the community loving this game, and the community is large, sometimes you got to meet that demand by adding a few more people into it. I hope it doesn't change like the charm, and I don't think it will.
No, because he even confirmed himself that these people think the same thing of the game that he does.
That's great.
Yeah. So they all have the same mindset, and he's also like the overall director, so he has to play test everything before it gets released. So
Good.
That sounds like a terrible job. Oh man, I have to play test this. What a life that would be, huh?
I literally tried to apply to go to this online school before Point Park, um, about being like a game designer or a game tester, and this online college will not stop calling me because I turned down the whole like they're like, hey, you're like you could be accepted. We're gonna ask for your payment, and it was like kind of not cheap for an online school, and I'm like,
Definitely not.
why? But my dad and I just turned it down, and then that's when the Point Park was like, hey, we're accepting transfer students. I'm like, okay, let me just hop on that boat. That college will not stop calling me.
What's the college name? Do you want to drop
It's
it?
called Full Sail.
I knew it
Oh
was
my
going to be Full
God.
Sail.
Yeah.
I knew I had a gut feeling. Before I worked at Point Park, I worked at the art institutes before they fell apart, and I don't even think they're a thing anymore. And I was an academic advisor there. That was my first start in higher ed. It was a small stint,
Okay.
and not the best experience. And that's a conversation for another day, I guess. But one of my favorite things about working there was they had a game design program.
Oh, that's cool.
And I got to work with those students.
Okay.
And I mean, they're brilliant people. Like, and they're my people. Like, that's exactly, in another life, that would be something I would love to go and do. But it's those programs are expensive. They're complicated.
Yeah, no, they're well, I mean, Full Sail was just complicated, but it also was just like, hey, let's put your payment in now, and I'm like, no.
That's the model of a for-profit institution of higher learning, right? Like and that's what Full Sail is. That's what the Art Institute was. And with a for-profit institution of higher learning, what you get is there's some pros and cons. So you get, a lot of the time they have a ton of resources and they have a lot of really good programs because they're for-profit. They make a lot of money and they, usually put that money back, not just into the pockets of the execs, but back into it. But at the same time, then you get like their focus is on growing the business. And to them, it's a business. Point Park is a private nonprofit school. And so, there can still be like similar mentalities and crossover in approaches, but at the end of the day, like the money goes back into the school and back into the communities, and they're not as salesy. Of course, there's always going to be a salesy aspect to any institution of higher learning, but yeah, you'll see that with the Full Sails of the world, where they're gonna come after you until they don't exist anymore.
Yeah, but no, I got a call like last week from Full Sail. I answered it, and I'm like, hello. And it was like the saddest hello I would ever answer on the phone. And I'm telling them like, hey, I don't want your shit anymore.
Yep.
I'm enrolled in an actual college, and well, I mean, I didn't exactly say that, but like I'm doing something else, and they're like, may we ask what? And I'm like, pursuing a different career. I'm pursuing a different goddamn career. Like, piss off. I was so upset.
Yep.
But I'm like, I told them like I'm pursuing a different career. Stop. I didn't say stop calling me, but stop fucking calling me.
They're gonna keep calling you.
I swear.
They're gonna keep calling you.
I swear.
You just gotta block the number.
I've
They'll
been
find a new
blocking
one.
the number. I've been
They'll call from
blocking
another.
the same goddamn number, and it keeps calling me.
They're gonna start sending drones over to you and dropping little letters saying,
Yes.
Brie, can we have you, please?
Brie, can you please join Full Sail and pay like, I don't know,
It'll be
50 grand. No.
It'll be please PLS join, and then it'll have the two
Yes.
fingers like hitting
like,
each other.
like,
Yeah,
please. Well, yeah. PLZ.
PLZ.
Yeah. Please.
and it'll have like a little like face, a little emoji with like the eyes like
Yes.
like
I
wide.
like those anime bits. Just like those sad ones going like, please join me on this adventure. Like,
Yeah.
No.
It's a sad kind of thing.
I will drop kick that anime child.
But speaking of like Full Sail and like game design programs, something I've always wanted to see Point Park do is bring a program like that in. I mean, I feel like we kind of have the infrastructure for it.
Oh yeah,
Our cinema.
We definitely would. Plus, we have like esports.
Right.
And we just got sent.
Yes. Yeah.
so
Right.
Centers for Experiential Narrative Technology.
I literally got invited to the program last year. I did not really answer to that invite.
That's an interesting area, though, too, with Don Marinelli, who's from Carnegie Mellon. quite like the creative and conceptual individual. Like, we're lucky at Point Park to have somebody like that. And yeah, like they're right now kind of focusing on like VR, augmented reality kind of stuff. Like, really,
That's what I got really interested in, because
Yeah.
I literally am tempted to bring my Quest 3S here.
yeah,
Mainly because Deadpool VR is coming out in November.
that's gonna be fun.
Yes. I have never been more excited about that,
Yeah.
because I also have like Batman Arkham Shadow.
Hmm.
Completed that game like 5 times already at this point. But I am also kind of nervous on like safety reasons for my Switch to be here on campus.
Yeah.
But because it's a Quest 3S. I don't want anything to happen to a goddamn Quest 3S.
No, I know for sure.
So yeah.
But yeah,
like,
I would love to see Point Park create a game design program. As I believe I'm correct in saying this. Last time I heard, like, the gaming industry is the biggest in entertainment. Like,
Yeah.
it makes the most amount of
Yeah.
money. It's not slowing down at all.
and that's what makes it like better. Like, I actually saw a new game get released, I think a couple days ago, maybe a week ago, that I actually have been watching the gameplay for it, because it is
What game?
Yeah.
Mafia.
Oh,
Mafia,
okay.
the old country. That's what the game is
I
called.
feel like I've heard of it.
It's okay. So there's a trilogy. There's Mafia 1, 2, and 3, and then this one's kind of like a 4th game in the series.
But it's a prequel to the entire trilogy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that. I like when those things happen in
Yeah.
games and in movies and all of that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. I'll have to talk about it and on some other episode, because
Yeah.
I watched the entire gameplay and I fucking love it. But all right, let's talk about our simulator games.
Yes. Let's talk about it. Which one are we
Let's-
starting with?
Angelo, I see you have notes up
I
for
do.
Stardew.
I
You want
do.
to start with those?
Yeah, I mean, I at Point Park, I guess I'm somewhat of a podcast guru. I teach a lot of the classes. I built one. I'm often asked to be on podcasts, and I love it. And I always want to make sure that I'm prepared whenever I'm a guest on a podcast. I always preach to the students in my class about how to be a good host and how to, execute an entertaining and engaging podcast. And so I want to make sure that I come in and that I have some notes and some structure. So even my notes are a little bit jumbled up here. But yeah, I overall, Stardew Valley to me is probably one of my favorite games ever.
Oh yeah.
It is probably one of the most calming games that all of us have played.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. And in kind of to that point, like, I think one of the most beautiful things about Stardew Valley is it scratches the itch for big time gamers like the three of us, but it also does a lot for people who, like, this is the only game they've ever played and will ever play, right? Like, it is so open to anybody. The barrier of entry to this is so small because it doesn't cost much. It's been
No.
out for a while.
If
you
you
can get it
have
anywhere.
like an Apple phone with the Apple Game Mode or whatever
The
it's called on
arcade.
it, the arcade.
Yeah.
You can get Stardew Valley. I've got
I
it.
have it on my iPad. I was
Yeah.
just playing it this morning.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you really want to itch that feeling in yourself as like a hardcore gamer, or you're just starting, like, as like you just want something to play on your phone, like, this is it.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, like, too, when it comes to gaming, I typically like to play games that are open world, that are big scale, like big scale. One of my favorite gaming franchises is Assassin's Creed.
Ooh.
And I mean, I love that. Like, let that be, like, I guess the example of what I'm talking about. Like, I love games like that, like a Red Dead Redemption kind of game. All of those are awesome, but the issue that I tend to have with those games nowadays, as I am getting older and more bombarded with professional responsibilities, is I'm not able to game as much and consistently as I used to. And so, like, in a big game like Assassin's Creed, where RPG style and you have to remember combat and, the map and all these characters and all of the nuances to it, if you step away from a game like that for a couple weeks, couple months, for me personally, it's like nearly impossible to get back into it.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I have to start it all over again.
Yeah, I agree.
And then that cycle continues, because then I'll go back and start it over again, and I'll get 40 hours in, and then I'll have my gaming ADHD that comes in, and I'm like, ooh, a new game, ooh, a new game, ooh, a
Yeah.
new game. And then I, like, never complete them.
Right.
With Stardew Valley, like, I feel like it's simple but very deep at the same time.
Yeah.
And if you play it and walk away from it, like, I went back to a save that I had on Stardew Valley from 3 or 4 years ago, and you could just jump right back in. Like, of course, you might want to, like, remember again, like, who were you, like, befriending in the game,
Yeah.
and where were the, like, who was, like, the romantic individuals that you were pursuing, and kind of remembering that. But at the end of the day, you could jump right back in. Like, it's really, like, it's easy to go in and out of, and as somebody right now, like me, you know, adulting a little bit harder than I would want to, that's something that really means a lot to me. I don't know how you guys feel about all that.
No, I agree. Especially since, like, for me, like, it comes and goes in phases. And I'm back in my Stardew Valley phase.
Nice.
For the longest time, it was Coral Island.
Yeah.
But I'm back into my Stardew Valley phase.
Did I, you don't have to admit to this on camera, or you could correct me if I'm wrong. Did I turn you on to Coral Island, or did you already know about that?
I knew about it, but you got me playing it.
Okay.
So
I remember talking to you about it.
Funny.
And that game also is just beautiful. It's Stardew Valley on steroids, you know, and more.
You're kidding.
I mean, it's basically like there's so much similarity to it. More 3D, you know, than 2D pixelated art, but still it's gorgeous and
a lot bigger as well.
It is bigger, yeah. But you know, with Stardew Valley, I and again, I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. And from looking like in different like Reddits and vlogs and podcasts who talk about Stardew, something that I feel a connection with to this game that I feel others in the community feel as well is it's a game that can help me get out of like depressive modes. And like there have been times where and I, you know, if anyone's listening to this and they think, oh man, that's so sad, like whatever, you know, like there's been times where like truly like I'm so down and low, and the thing I look forward to is getting home and jumping into Stardew and getting away from all this bullshit in the real world and going into a world that is simple but complex, beautiful. The soundtrack, I'm getting chills, Michael. Look at this. I'm thinking about the soundtrack. I'm actually getting chills.
Dude, your arm is full of goosebumps.
I'm telling you, like the soundtrack is like it is one of the most beautiful works of art.
Yes,
just music. And so yeah, I mean like this game has like, you know, I don't want to like overuse this, but like it has like saved me. You know, it has saved me in a lot of ways. Like I can remember being years and years and years ago, I was in a relationship, a former relationship, with somebody who just, like, we never got along, we never saw eye to eye, we had nothing in common, and my escape would be to go into this game, and when I'd have to be, like, at family functions or something with this person, with people who I didn't want to be around, I would walk away and go down into the basement and jump on my Switch and I'd play Stardew, and I'd like feel like for a little bit like everything was okay and that I was in a place of comfort and peace. And you know, you don't always get that with games, you know, like there's a lot of like grinding in games and a lot of combat and a lot of like, you will not be able to like catch me playing like a Dark Souls kind of game because I suck at them, it pisses me off, and it ruins my mood. But I go and I play Stardew Valley, and I'm telling you, like, just even this morning, I was watching a couple videos just to be prepared for this podcast, and I jumped back into one of my saves that I hadn't been in a couple weeks. And, like, I had a really bad day yesterday for a lot of different reasons, but, you know, this morning, jumping back into Stardew, like, I'm feeling pretty good. You know what I mean? I'm feeling, like, a little bit more hopeful today. And I think that's a powerful thing about this game. I don't know what you guys feel about it.
It's like when you're playing it, it's like you're living in that world. In the moment. Just because it's like so immersive. It has so many layers to it as well. Like Concerned Ape really, like, for his first game, it's an amazing game. And the recent 1.6 update, like, just only amplifies that.
It's become like a cultural thing. Like a pop culture type thing. Like Stardew Valley resonates to different generations and to different types of people and gamers, and it is all inclusive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
Like one of my favorite things about Stardew Valley, and I do this in any game where you can pick character like things. I always pick a female presenting individual in the games. I'm a dude in real life, and I love like being able to just do whatever I want. If I want to be a girl with long hair in a game and look pretty,
I do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
My character is a guy.
yeah. And I
me too.
love
It's
like being able to go in and I can either try to be romantic with another girl. I
Yeah.
could be romantic with a dude.
Yeah.
You know? And like I love that. Like you
Yeah.
just get to like my character is right now, and I think I got to get you guys a screenshot of it, which I have. My character right now in Stardew is a blonde hair, blue eye girl and wearing a cute little dress and stuff like that. And
Aw.
I love it, you know?
Yeah.
And so like you get to just really be who you want to be and
Yeah.
do what you want to do in a game like
Yeah.
this.
Also, like playing as a female presenting character in Stardew has advantages in the game as well,
Yeah.
because like you get periodic mail from like your grandma or parents in the game, and if you're playing as a male in the game, you get cookies. But if you're playing as a lady in the game, you get 500 gold.
Yeah.
You're fuck.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yep.
Maybe I should start being a woman just so I can get gold.
Yep.
But I also learned this hack on the internet, where as like a name for your animals,
Oh.
for yourself, if you put in the item code, you
I've
get
heard of
said
this.
item. It works.
Yeah, it does.
It works.
I tried it on console. It doesn't work on console.
I've done
Really?
it on
Yeah.
computer, but it works on computer.
I've
And
never
then
tried it,
and
but I've heard of it.
it also works on phone.
Does
I,
it?
I did on my phone. It works on phone, and it's so funny because I saw this animation of someone going up and like interacting with someone, and then the other person says like, "Oh hey, item code." Did I just give you an item? What?
Hey, bracket 74, bracket 51, bracket 68.
But and look, I think that also speaks to another positive of the game, that it also doesn't take itself too seriously.
No, it doesn't.
And
It-
how we were just talking about how like Switch is bricking systems because
Yeah.
like people mod it. Like this is mod friendly. Like it's almost
Yeah.
encouraged.
It
Oh my
is.
god. Oh my god. I really want Stardew Valley Expanded to like be implemented into the game itself.
Yep.
Like official mod support would be amazing for the game,
It would be, like, honestly, it would be huge.
Yeah.
because like
Mhm.
I would love to be able to double the time of the day in Stardew Valley,
Me too.
because I know Coral Island has that feature.
Yep.
But
Yes.
Graveyard Keeper does not have that feature.
Yeah.
Sadly.
But like I would love to be able to just like have like a little mod menu like on console where I could just install mods and like
Mhm.
have and be able to play those.
Yeah, that's an interesting like thing that you mentioned though about like being able to extend the day or double it. Obviously, a game like this, it's one of its main mechanics is that you only have so
Yeah.
much time in a
Mhm.
day to complete the task, so that you're not able to progress too quickly.
Yeah.
But for people who have played this time and time again, obviously if you're playing it for the first time, you should play it as it has been built
Yeah.
to be played, right? But it would be really fun
Yeah.
to not have like that pressure of getting back into the bed before 2 a.m. hits and then you're passing out and all of that. Like I'd love to be able to just like
Yeah.
really spend as much time in one single day and do as many things and explore as many things as possible.
Now let me ask this. I know it's Coral Island. The only way that you save is that just by sleeping in bed.
Yes.
Okay, so every game that we have is son of a bitch is is the only way that you can save is by going to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my save is just like that. Your save is just like that. Your save that slightly pisses me off.
I mean, I get the point.
Yeah.
Slightly pisses me off because there are days where I don't go to bed because I can refill my energy and I can actually just like pull like all-nighters in the game.
Yeah.
And I don't have to save, but whenever it's like time for me to leave or something like that, and I'm like, son of a bitch, now I gotta go back to bed.
Right, just to save the game.
Just to save the goddamn game.
Yeah. Yeah, and it creates that pressure of getting back and then making sure that it's saved. But at the same time, like as much as like I'd say that's like the only thing that like at times gives me anxiety in the game is like
Oh, yeah.
trying to get back in time, and then but again, that's part of the main mechanics of it. But at the same time, that's also something I love about it too. You know what I mean? Like because and I teach a lot of classes at Point Park, and I say this in a lot of classes. I just recently said it, I think, in my class on Tuesday to my University City Life freshmen, that in the real world, one of the one of the most what am I trying to say? There's a lot of inequity in the world, but one thing that is equal for all of us is that we all get 24 hours in a day to do what we want to do or what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all about like maximizing the 24 hours.
Yeah.
I always have this saying, and as I'm getting older, I don't follow it as much as I used to, but I always used to tell people that I don't like to fall asleep on the same day that I woke up. So like if I wake up at 7 a.m., I don't want to go to bed until after midnight because I want to have as many of those hours available to me in that day as possible. And I like being able to say I worked all the way until the next day or did whatever I wanted to do until the next day.
Yeah.
And then you start again. And so obviously, Stardew kind of mimics that in a way where it's important to be able to, turn the page both in real life and in a game and progress forward and then take on a task and prioritize and be comfortable with not getting everything that you want done in one day and moving it to the next. And that's how real life is. And that's a little bit of how like Stardew and Coral Island and Gravekeeper and stuff.
Yeah.
play.
And you can also like play it at your own pace. Like if you want to go fast, you can go fast. If you want to go like slow, you can go slow and take your time.
Yep.
There's like no punishment for it.
Exactly.
Auto running feature in the game.
Yeah, auto running. I have that enabled, but like I'm someone who's like very kind of impatient.
Yeah.
So I try to get as much stuff as I done.
Yeah.
I can get done. As I just lost my train of thought. Yeah. I'm a person who tries to get as much as I can get done.
Yeah, for that day.
Yeah, for that day.
and maximize the opportunities that you have. So far we have 2 phones now that have hit the ground.
2 phones.
I will be the one to not drop mine. We'll see as it sits on the. You know what? No, I want to be like you guys. There we go. Now I'm really part of it.
It's not broken, is it?
No. Well, let's see. No, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay.
And with Stardew Valley as well, like the replayability is one of its best features to it.
Oh yeah.
Because like if you even tried to play it like a second or third time and replicate or duplicate, I guess, what you did like a previous time, it's like impossible. Like you could try, but like that also kind of takes the fun out of it. Like I've done playthroughs where like my focus is 0% on farming, like maybe like 5%. You still need to be able to do certain things.
You still need crops to make some money, but yeah.
For me, the money I think is in fishing.
Unless you did, that's true.
With the smoke,
but
the fish
also
smoker as well.
with I was about to say, if you got like I think it's called the Meadowlands farm, because you get like the chicken coop.
That's
with
the
it.
new one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, my favorite thing in like for money making in Stardew is fishing, but my favorite thing is like with the animals. I love having a lot of chickens and cows and ducks and the pigs with the truffles, and then having like the mayo machine and the fermenting jar thing and all of that. I love all the artisan type things, and then just really being able to have like this efficient kind of like animal farm is something that I love. To me, the biggest grind is like the actual like planting and farming. Yeah, that for me, like even more so than like the mining stuff. That to me is like so much of a grind. Like the watering of it and then playing with like the fertilizer and everything. It becomes a little tedious to me, but it allows for anybody and any player to approach it how they want to. And you can deviate in the middle of a gameplay, or you can start a new one and try it differently.
Yeah. When I play Stardew Valley and Coral Island, I have trackers for both of them, and I love tracking my games. Like I track the community center for Stardew. I track like villager like positions and locations and like gifts, and I don't do the same with Coral Island. More so for Coral Island, it's where I write down all the like recipes that I need for everything, so that way I remember, and then I just like look at my notes and be like, okay, I need this to like complete the hot air balloon.
If you look in my camera album app or whatever the hell it's called,
camera roll,
camera roll. Thank you. If you look at that, you're gonna see 3 things in there. You're gonna see pictures of my partner Cindy. you're going to see even more pictures of my animals, and I have 6 of them, 2 dogs, a cat, and 3 reptiles. And you're going to see pictures of Stardew Valley, of the different recipes and community center things that you need to do,
Yeah.
and the different fish and where they are. And that's really what's on my camera roll is Cindy, animals, and Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I do agree with you that like money's in the fishing, because I just got like 3 fish smokers on my farm.
Yep.
And anytime I go fishing, I bring them with me. So when I catch a fish, I just put them in the fish smoker immediately.
Yep.
And then like by the end of the day, I'm racking up like 5 or 6K in gold. And
Yes.
this is like my first year in my new playthrough.
Yeah.
But I also want to mention like the replayability, like you said,
Mhm.
it especially because there's like 8 different farm types that you can start off with as
Yep.
well. And like the 1.6 update introduced the Meadowlands farm that Brie mentioned, and
Yeah.
that's like it has a mix of everything in that. Like you get farming, you get fishing, you get like I think there's a quarry in it as well, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean that's been there even with the standard farm.
No, there's a quarry on the farm that you can
Oh
like
wait,
mine in.
oh wait, I thought you were talking. Wait, I thought you were
No.
talking about the mini mine that puts like the mushrooms and the
Yeah,
bats in it.
yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like the quarry. Like
Okay.
there's a little quarry. There's like the cave that you can put the mushrooms or fruit bats in.
Yep.
But there's also a little like quarry on the Meadowlands farm
have
where you can
not
like
seen
mine.
that.
Does it replenish? Like,
Yeah, it does. I might be thinking of a different farm. But no, there's like one farm that has like a little mini quarry in it. And you could like mine in it. I really think it's the Meadowlands. But like
we'll look it up.
yeah, the Meadowlands also comes with like bluegrass. Because
really? I haven't
Yeah.
played.
and you start out with a coop.
Really?
You
Yeah.
start out with a coop and a fence that like fences in coop.
Yeah.
Hold on. But I don't want to digress too much,
Yeah,
but you
okay.
mentioned the fence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always go back and forth on whether or not to do fences for my animals. What do you guys do? Because I feel like you don't actually need one.
Well,
Right?
they keep saying that like your chickens will die from like coyotes if you.
I've
leave the
never
door
had
open
one.
at night.
Yeah, neither have I. They always find their way back to my coop. Like
Every time.
Well, it's exactly at like 5:30 p.m.
Mhm.
They will always walk back into the coop.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. If their
Yeah.
path is obstructed, then they'll find another way.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, I used to always have fences around my coops and barns. I used to have like a little grazing area, like where with both combined. But in this playthrough, I don't have a fence. I'm letting them roam free.
I
it's-
started doing range-free chickens. You know what I mean? we are ethical on my farm. We let them run around and explore. But yeah, whenever I first, like years and years ago, whenever I first started playing this game and I didn't really know much about it, I felt like I had to have a fence because I was worried they wouldn't come back. And then I started experimenting. I'm like, these chicks come back every single time.
Yeah.
So now I don't do it. And I guess another question I would ask you both is, and you may have already answered it. Do you lean more in the wintertime? Obviously, you have to have like the hay in there for them to eat. But outside of the winter, like I don't. And obviously on rainy days, like because then they don't go outside. So I guess you still have to have some hay in there. But I typically just let them eat the grass. You know what I mean? And I stock up. My farm around like my animal pens and barns and everything is just tall grass everywhere, and they eat the shit out of it.
I plant grass whenever I can. I do the little glitch where, not the glitch, but like the little thing at the end of winter when if you plant grass on the last day and then sleep, it spreads everywhere.
What?
Yeah. If you like,
Well, doesn't like months pass with like after winter
I
going
don't
into
think
spring?
so.
I thought it did.
I don't think so. But like if you plant grass on the last day of winter,
Okay.
and you go to sleep, like you can plant like one single grass starter. You'll wake up and there's like a giant patch of grass.
Really?
Yeah. And it's like one of those, it's like a really good hack if you like just invest in a lot of grass starter and like plant all that, and then you get like I think like a giant area full of it come spring, and then you can let your animals out and then they feast on it. The bluegrass boosts the animal's productivity.
Does it?
Yeah.
And you're saying that in the Meadowlands one that you get bluegrass.
You start out with bluegrass, you get the
Yeah.
recipe for bluegrass starter,
Yeah.
and then you can also start out with that coop. And instead of like a more farming based layout, it's more of like an animal based like farm layout.
Is it like and I haven't played on the Meadowlands farm. Is it more to like it sounds like you're getting advantages to playing there. Like, do you think, like, would you recommend to a first time player to go there because of these things, or would you still recommend that they kind of start like?
I would say they still start out with the standard farm.
Yeah.
Because the standard farm is the best you can get in terms of like starting out. Then when you're like comfortable enough, deviate to other farm types. I'm trying to play every farm right now. I'm on the jungle farm right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, and like forageables spawn all over my farm, and it's really nice. I have like 2 areas with like hardwood stumps that I can just get every day.
Those are nice to have.
Yeah,
The hardwood in these games are a pain in the ass.
They're a massive pain.
It's a pain in the ass.
yeah.
I think in Coral Island, though, like once you get to, I haven't played that one as long, so I can't remember all the names of the areas, but I think like once you get to this one area in Coral Island, then hardwood is just like abundance beyond belief.
Because I remember I have like all osmium tools in Coral Island now, and I could just go into like the little secret area of the forest like after it unlocks. I'm just gonna call it the deep forest. I think that's what it's called.
Okay.
And then like just chop down all the hardwood trees.
Yeah.
And then like I get so much so much hardwood. Like I think I'm sitting on like 500 hardwood logs right now.
You lucky son of a bitch.
Yep.
Stardew those different. But
Your quarry, whatever, whatever. Hilltop farm.
Hilltop farm. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then I actually kind of want to compare notes a little bit. So mainly with Graveyard Keeper and like, because you said that Coral Island and Stardew Valley are really close together.
Yeah.
And I know Stardew Valley does not have skill points. Graveyard Keeper does. And does Coral Island have skill points?
Well, I would say Stardew kind of does too. Wouldn't you?
Stardew kind of does.
Well, I mean, it has like a skill tree, not skill points.
Coral Island does, but there's like 6 of them per like thing. Cause like you have more like tiers in Coral Island than you do in Stardew Valley. Cause Stardew Valley you have farming, fishing, mining, combat, foraging, and what's the one I'm forgetting in Stardew? No, I think it's just those 5. Then Coral Island
6.
No, I think it's just 5. Coral Island, you have farming, foraging, mining, combat. You have diving, ranching, catching, and there's one more I'm forgetting, but I'm not gonna focus on that too much. But yeah, and then each of those has 6 different like skills that you unlock a mastery point in. Like every 2 levels
It
that
is
you can
5.
assign to.
It is 5. Shit.
Michael 1, Brie 0. Well, no, I guess it's 1-1 because now you were saying Hilltop has the quarry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now it's Brie
1-1.
1, Michael 1.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm just gonna be the referee. I'm not gonna join this game.
But no, Graveyard Keeper has 3 different types of skill points. They're like red, green, and blue.
Okay.
And in Graveyard Keeper, it is somewhat similar to Stardew. You tend to graveyard. You like and your graveyard is ranked. Your like I mean your farm sometimes gets ranked, and if it like does great, it ends up on like this paper that I've never seen.
In all 3 games, there's a ranking system for
Yeah.
farm.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley, your grandpa comes back year 3. His ghost visits you in your dreams. And like
I have never gotten that far to see that. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
You're fucking kidding.
Yeah.
No, not at all. But yeah, rank 3, year 3, there's like a little shrine, Grandpa's shrine on every Stardew Valley farm. You have to like you have to do like certain things or reach certain milestones to light all 4 torches. And when all 4 torches are lit, your grandpa will say that he's proud of you.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and his ghost will visit you in in your dreams, and you get a statue you get an iridium statue, which gives you iridium ore every day.
Oh wow. Okay. That is so funny.
So Brie,
Like-
you've played Stardew.
Yes.
And have you played Coral Island?
No.
Okay.
I've-
Have you played, Michael? Have you played Gravekeeper?
Oh, I have not played Gravekeeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
there is some
There's
diversity in gameplay
yes.
in here.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's what we try
That's-
to aim for.
Yeah.
That is what we try to aim for.
I think I have maybe 10 hours in on Gravekeeper. Like,
Yeah.
that was one that I wanted to play for a long time because, again, like, aesthetically, it's a little bit darker, like,
it is,
than
but it does
Stardew.
take a lot, because whenever you get to a certain point, you level up on your skills in Stardew Valley. You get that at night. You get that while you're sleeping. But for Graveyard Keeper, you literally have to go into your character menu and go to
Mhm.
technologies, and that's how you upgrade yourself. Like, it takes a lot to upgrade yourself.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, these blue skill points that I have to try and get piss me off. It pisses me off.
Why?
It's because the only way you can get them, well, because in Graveyard Keeper, not only do you tend to graveyard, once you get to a certain rank, you unlock the church. You have to make you have to make weekly sermons,
That's right.
and then you also can farm and make crops and stuff like that. But you can resurrect the fucking dead from the graveyard and make zombies work for you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. At the very beginning of the game, it comes with a little bit of a backstory. Like, I mean, at this point, every game it comes with a backstory. Stardew Valley has Grandpa. I don't know what Coral Island has, but Graveyard Keeper has like this guy talking to his girlfriend, and he gets distracted while on his phone in the middle of the street, dies from a car crash, and gets
Yep.
resurrected as a Graveyard Keeper.
Yep.
Da, 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 da.
Title
But
card.
title card. It doesn't like it feels like I'm on crack at every now and then. The storylines for some of these characters are the craziest ones I've ever seen. I literally wrote one as an example. It was this at this point you encounter like this, like the town blows up in fear, saying like, oh, there's a vampire around town. Like, okay, let's go. Like, we're gonna task the Graveyard Keeper to find this fucking vampire. And
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
I mean, yes and no. But you also have to go and talk to like the victims of the family members, one of them being a farmer's son. And the son is like, we talked to him, and the son goes, let me if I tell you the story, will you laugh at me, because all the other parents have laughed at me. And he explains us the story, and we're like, don't worry, we take this seriously. I would do the same thing if I was 15. The kid goes, thanks for the boost, but I'm actually 22. I'm like, what? Once I read that, I felt the Vine boom sound hit me in the face.
Yep.
There was also this other bit where you're talking to the innkeeper's wife, and they're so pissed off at each other because of the whole not because of the whole vampire bit, but the innkeeper saw the woman with another man, which apparently was the vampire. And we almost had that segment where, like, if you have that couple that's in an argument, you're like the mediator. You have to go talk to one person to another. I almost had that segment, and I looked at it, and once I knew I was probably about to be like going back and forth, the game knew, like, we're not putting you through this shit. like it says, sorry about your family troubles, but is there anything else that is important for me? I'm like, thank fucking
Oh my
God.
god, I love the subtle comedy in some of these games.
Yes.
Like
That's a great point.
like Stardew Valley. I just got like the help, like the wanted board, like in year 1.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
the special projects. And I completed Gus's famous omelet. And Angelo probably knows where I'm going with this, but like when you like the next day after you complete that special order where you have to like give Gus like 24 eggs, you get a little cutscene of them trying this giant omelet. And
Holy shit.
and then they're all trying it, and Marnie, one of the characters, she's like, wow, Gus, these taste really fresh. Did these come from you? or like she's like, "Where'd you get these?" And Gus was like, "Oh, it actually came from the farmer, whatever your name is."
Yeah.
And then at the end of the cutscene, Marnie's like, farm name eggs. And it's so funny because I stupidly in this playthrough named my farm Mike. So Mike Farm. and then Marnie's like, Mike eggs. I saw
mine is item name. Farm.
I saw a TikTok where somebody named their farm Shithole Farm.
Oh my god. So
Yeah, so Marnie's like, shithole eggs.
yeah, you gotta love when a game again doesn't take itself too seriously.
No, it doesn't.
And adds in some of that humor and that's definitely like that's part of it with Stardew. There's a lot of those pockets of humor in there. And just even the characters like themselves have like their own like interesting story arcs.
Oh yeah.
That also develop the more that you develop friendships and romantic relationships with them, which just that adds a whole nother layer.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like a density of its own.
Yeah, it really is.
I do not have relationships in Stardew Valley, and you are not able to make relationships with the Graveyard Keeper.
Oh,
so.
they hold you back from falling in love in Graveyard Keeper?
I honestly don't really give a damn. I never had any love interests in Stardew Valley. Like, I just want a best friend Caroline because of the whole like tea bit. Like I remember going to that cutscene and I watched it and I'm like, what the fuck? But there was also that one it was like that beach festival thing.
Oh, the
where you're
luau.
watching the mermaid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I saw that and I'm watching it. I'm in the living
Winter
room.
Festival.
I'm in the living room. My mom is in the opposite side of the room and my face is like this. And she's looking at me, she goes, "Girl, you good?" And I'm like, I feel like I'm on crack just by watching this. Like she's like, "Huh?" And I'm like, it's a game. it's not. Don't like. I try not to overthink it, but it's just a game. Like, I mean, some of this plot lines are really weird. But like I also noticed this. So in Stardew Valley, all the important characters you could talk to any day.
Yeah.
For Graveyard Keeper, you have one person per day.
Oh.
You have on weekly sermons at the church, you have the bishop who kind of hates being there, but he helps me progress in the game. And then you have the Inquisitor. He is like, whenever you first see him, you would burn a witch, like burn an actual person on like the state. I watched it and I'm like, damn. we got the farmer. That's how I unlocked the farm and talked to this grade A asshole. just to say, hey, your deals are not good because you're wanting gold coins. I'm too broke for gold coins. So your gold coins can kiss my ass. And then we have Snake, who
Metal Gear?
No, I wish.
Love
but
metal.
no.
I love.
I wish, but no. That would be so funny though. But no, this is the guy where if I finally go deep enough, because I'm at this point where I'm trying to talk to him and I have to find this keeper key and it's pissing me off because I can't find it. But he'll take you to the mines and like where you'll find like mobsters to kill and stuff like that. It's somewhat like Stardew Valley's mine, but I still haven't gotten to it because I still there's so much shit for me to do just to get to the mines. And then we have the astrologer, who is old as fuck, and I have been trying to find ways to talk to this dude. Once I talk to other people who say like, oh, you should go talk to the astrologer. I go and talk to the astrologer on his day, and I get this bit where it says, like, I say, hi. It seems like he's just seeing right through me. Stop it! What I'm looking for is, are you the astrologer? And the astrologer will be like, I need a skull. Like, because we also have a morgue. You can go in and take the bodies. You can also dissect them, take their fat, take their skull, take their blood, take their bone, take their skin. And if you take their skin, you make skin paper. And when you make skin paper, you make paper.
Skin paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, well, actually, no, sorry, pig skin paper.
There, that okay.
Okay.
A little bit better. A little
Okay.
bit better.
Like, you could take the fat, you can slice up the fat, and you can cook it and actually have, like, edible meat. You could take the blood and study it. And you can take, like, the skull and finally give it to the goddamn astrologer. He won't fucking talk to me. I literally want to... I keep looking at this dude, and every time I see the whole hi, I'm like, son of a bitch. I literally want to, like, I would be slamming my head on my keyboard at that point.
Are you? Oh, go ahead, Mike.
No, go on.
Is it with Graveyard Keeper? Are you on like just your first playthrough with it?
No, I have played it before. There was one point I had to, like, whenever I upgraded to my Mac, it didn't save.
Oh.
And like all of my other saves, so I had to make a new save, which was fine. Honestly, I didn't mind, but
Yeah.
but it was like just logging back into Steam, but my Stardew Valley saves moved over.
Yeah.
Not my Graveyard Keeper saves, which was, again, it was fine, because every time I learn about these new technology and how to get them, like whenever I'm looking for like sand to make glass, there's a heaping mound of sand I can go and grab, but every time it says it's locked, and I need that sand. And I'm like, how the fuck do I get this sand? Apparently I have to go talk to the bishop whenever the church is unlocked, saying, like, it doesn't say like, how do I get river sand? You have to say like, okay, what do I do? Or
Can I
like,
have sand, please?
and then he'll talk to me saying like, okay, now you have to make these like little pots where that you can put coins in, and then you'll finally get the fucking technology to finally collect clay and river sand. I've needed river sand since the very beginning of the game. You're telling me this now?
This brings up a question that I would want to pose to both of you and see what you have to say about it. Are you, as gamers, and we could talk maybe specifically about these or in general, and it may be dependent upon the game on how you'll answer, but are you the type of gamer that wants to find out how to do things and accomplish tasks and progress by just figuring it out yourselves? Or are you the kind of gamers that will watch gameplays and guides and try to like to almost like not waste too much of your time? Like, as I've mentioned a couple times in this pod, the older I'm getting, the more professional responsibilities that I'm getting, and life is kicking me in the teeth and stuff. Like, I used to always be the kind of gamer that I didn't want to, like, I don't call it cheating by any means. Like, the great thing about playing video games is you play it the way you want to play it, right? And so I'm all about that. But I never wanted to, like, jump ahead and try to figure out, like, okay, if I really need this, like, where in Stardew, like, where is this one fish that I really need? What season is it? At night or in the morning or in the rain? Like, I used to really be the kind of player that I wouldn't look that kind of stuff up, and it would take me forever to figure it out. Now I'm kind of in that middle where, like, I still don't want to, like, look at, like, the different guides and find it myself, but, like, after so long, like, I'll put up the white flag and say, okay, fuck it, I need to move forward in this game. Where do you guys land with that kind of stuff?
For me, it depends, because I like exploring and trying to find things out on my own. But if it's something like schedules, like certain seasons, if something appears in certain seasons, I'm always looking that up.
Yeah.
I always have like a little thing next to me, like the wiki or whatever.
Yeah.
I always have that up, just so I could like look up like what fish is where and when, what insect in Coral Island is where and when to catch, because I still have to catch like I think 7 bugs, but they're like so rare.
Yeah.
But like I know I was trying to catch the Red King arowana in Coral Island, and that sucker is hard to get.
Yes.
I caught one finally, but it took like several trips out to the savannah for it. But I was like looking, I was like, where can I find it, or where can I find it? It was like fall, you can find it in the mines, and then like summer is only in the savannah, and like all seasons in the savannah. But Yeah, when it comes to like forageables, scheduling, like even villager schedules.
Yeah.
Or I'm always looking that up and having like a resource next to me for that.
And I feel like a game like Stardew and Coral Island lend well to using that. Like, I don't think it really... there could be, like, some spoiler type things that you get from looking that up, but I'd say generally there's not. Like, it just helps you be efficient in the game because, like, if you miss getting a particular insect or plant or whatever it is, a forageable item in the spring, it is a little bit of a grind then to get through summer and fall and winter and then get your next opportunity in the spring. Brie, where do you land on that kind of question, though?
I do that stuff mainly with Graveyard Keeper because I feel like I'm going to throw my computer against the goddamn wall.
Yeah.
But I also do that with LA Noire only because... So, my dad was a fraud investigator. He knew when people were lying. I can't figure that out for shit. The only time I would ever use the internet is to progress in the whole, like, detecting if someone was lying or not. That's it.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the only time. Anything else, I do it on my own. And I want to be the detective. But I cannot figure out if someone is goddamn lying. And every time I get it wrong, I'm like, shit. So, but I do tend to be like a rage gamer. But I don't destroy my stuff. It's
getting too expensive.
It's getting
to
really
crash out
expensive to crash out.
I might have to start a farm of my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tariffs have slowed down the gaming crash outs and destroying controllers. It's too expensive now.
I actually do want to ask both of y'all a question.
Yeah.
Where do y'all stand with automation in video games? Because for me, automation is one of my like wish list items on a game.
Wait, what do we mean
like
about that?
automation where you can just have something like do itself automatically. Like, like for example, in Coral Island, I remember I was talking to Angelo about this during one of our meetings, and he's like, yeah, did you get the conveyor belts yet? And I'm like, there's conveyor belts? And
have you since gotten them?
Yes.
Isn't it nuts?
Yes. So it's in the form of automation chests.
Okay.
Where if you link one to another, like you connect them, it makes a conveyor belt that like it automatically takes your items out of whatever machine it's processing in, transports it to the next, or keeps it in the chest. And I love automation. Farming Simulator, when I play that, I have everything automated. I have like production chains galore in the game.
Okay.
And like for me, I think just with my ADHD, it's just like huge because then it allows me to be more productive at the same time while being able to do more stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
That literally sounds like all of the tycoon games in Roblox.
Yes.
But that
Yeah.
Because that's also one of the only games I can play on my computer. But I mean, for me, for Graveyard Keeper, that literally sounds like putting zombies to work. That's it.
Yeah.
Like we don't exactly have conveyor belts or automations, but like they have a bunch of other technologies to like make a printing press, or like I keep looking at that. I'm like, why the fuck do I need a printing press? But like but no, there is no automation there, but it's mainly just like putting zombies to work.
Yeah, that's still automation.
Yeah.
And look, you know, the zombies deserve fair pay too. You know, they deserve the jobs and getting out into the workforce.
Is literally the donkey in this game. There's a donkey that talks to you, who brings you the bodies.
That's probably the least like crazy thing about Graveyard Keeper if you think about it. You were just talking about pigskin paper.
That's true. That's true. But it's the fact that you will get to a certain point in the game where he literally goes and complains about not being paid fair in carrots. So we have to make a little like depot for him to pick up 5 carrots every time he picks up a goddamn body or drops off a damn body. And then, but he will like I think it's when we unlock the church. He'll be like, I'm gonna be complaining more. Welcome to first stage capitalism. I'm like, why? But he just becomes like just a little shit. And then he'll be like, we're gonna start a union now. You have to build this table and give us a cookbook, but also give us 5 red apples. One of the first technologies is I can gather red apples. I can't find apple trees anywhere other than the lighthouse where the astronomer is. And at that point, I can only get like what, 8? So, and I just like it took me weeks to figure that out.
Yep.
So, but like whenever I finally figured it out, I'm like, holy shit, I can finally get apples. Just apples. But
sometimes it's the small things, that really, it literally like that move you forward in a game and then open up a whole new layer of things. And I think to like your question about automation, like I'm all about it in games like this, which you probably could guess since I was telling you about the conveyor belts. And stuff.
Yeah.
Because look, at the beginning of the game, you have to do it yourself. It's manual. But there's something valuable about like the reward of then automating it to do other things, just like in real life. Like the more that, and that's like sometimes gaming reflects real life, and real life reflects gaming. And so like life sucks with tedious, monotonous, repetitive tasks all the time. If you can find ways to use technology to be more efficient and to get things done, to open up more fun things in your day, why wouldn't you do it? I think same thing applies for me in a video game. The more I can automate, I feel like a sense of accomplishment too. It's like, when I walk onto my Coral Island farm, Michael, I've got to show you it sometime. I mean, the amount of conveyor belts that I have and the amount of shit that's flying on them is a work of art.
I have 3 different sheds on my farm. One of them has like the cheese presses and the I got rid of mayo machines because they don't make that much money.
Exactly.
So I make century eggs out of the eggs now.
Me too.
So I have cheese presses, preserves jars. I have like two rows of aging barrels all the way going to the entrance, and then I have oh my god, what is it? And then I have like 8 kegs on each side of the conveyor belt. So then it's just like every morning I check each shed. So that's only one of the sheds. The other shed, I have the oil makers. I have the looms.
Those are good.
And then I have 8 bee houses like on each side. And then like my third one is my furnaces, my dehydrators, and then my recycling machines.
I think automation in Coral Island is more robust than that of Stardew. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. Because the only automation you have in Stardew is like the sprinklers and like when you get late game that you unlock the Junimo hut.
Yeah.
They could harvest stuff for you.
Yeah.
Now, I heard you say century eggs.
Yeah.
Are we actually talking about like century?
No. Century. Century, like CENTURY.
Okay.
Like if you put eggs in a preserves jar, they will come out salted eggs. But then if you age them in a barrel, they will become century eggs.
Okay.
Yes.
Which is like a real thing in real life. There's some culture that like really like enjoys that. From what I understand, I mean they're pretty like potent. You know what I mean? I mean they're like very, very, very aged eggs. So I'm sure the smell is pretty powerful in real life. But we don't have to deal with that in the game.
Oh,
we
yeah.
just deal with the gold that we get from it.
My Coral Island farm probably stinks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, since you two spend more time together, I would like to ask that you invite me over so that I can see your farms.
Yeah.
We
on
should.
Coral Island. I will literally bring my computer and pull up Graveyard Keeper and show you my graveyard
That'd
and
be a
the
fun
farm
time
and the
to
church.
do something like that.
Well, automation for me, I don't really do shit about that. Like, because again, the only automation for me is putting zombies to work or playing fucking Roblox.
Yeah.
just playing the Sweet Apartment Tycoons type of stuff. And with that, our time has come to an end. Give Angelo a listen on Spinning Thoughts, and then I believe there's one more thing you want to plug in.
Yeah, so Spinning Thoughts was the first podcast that I ever started. I've been saying this often, and I mean it. It's on hiatus. It hasn't come back yet, but like it is. Spinning Thoughts is one of my most proud things that I've ever done in my life. Like, it's at one point I had around 15 people working for me, and well, not for me. I'll say with me. That's probably the better way of saying it. Scattered around the country, and 2 that were in Canada.
Oh wow.
And it's just one of my most proudest endeavors that I've ever done. But again, like with life just kind of going in different directions, there's only the 24 hours in a day, right? So it's been on hiatus, but I've been itching to continue to talk about things that I am passionate about and interested in. I teach so many podcasting classes and see all of these amazing students here creating podcasts that I get a little jealous. So I'm in the process of starting a new podcast called College Unfiltered, and I'm really looking forward to this because the goal of College Unfiltered is going to just have like really good, strong, candid conversations with students, different faculty, different staff. This is not a Point Park thing. Like I will obviously be talking to individuals who are at Point Park, but my vision for this is to connect with really amazing people who are associated with universities around the country and learning about, advice that they would give to others, what they did to get into higher education, the trends of higher education, the concerns that we're seeing in higher ed. And I'm really excited about it. So College Unfiltered is the podcast. You can see the trailer for it. The promo is up on Spotify.
I thought I saw like an account for that at the spring semester where you were like in the UC. Nope, not the UC. UAC.
Yeah.
And there was like videos of you talking about it and like saying like I saw this one saying like make sure you get your shit done on time.
Yeah, you're right. So like what I wanted to do this summer at the end of the spring semester in summer of 25, I haven't launched a podcast episode yet. I wanted to start with the social media, and I wanted to gain following there. And what my approach has been so far is I've been just putting up like, a day in the life kind of like videos on TikTok and Instagram where I'm giving like random advice or reminders. Like if you're feeling lonely at school, like try doing these things. Advice to like, if you're in a major and that's all you're doing, why aren't you in a minor or doing something like that? Encouraging people to have grace with their advisors and with other people and try to like collaborate. So I'm just trying to take what I've learned of working in higher ed and make it very like digestible and approachable and to just continue to learn. My favorite thing about working in higher education is I am around young, smart, bright, and not even young. I mean, college is traditional age and non-traditional age. So I'm around people who are wanting to learn and are eager to learn and to grow and develop. And I learn because of that. And so I hope College Unfiltered can provide additional like camaraderie, collegiality, and community for people.
I think it would, because I honestly kind of really want to get that listen now after being at PTC, because PTC I didn't get to do anything there.
Yeah, neither did I.
So now that we're here, like you're working on like the Globe, you got PPJ, you got WPPJ, you got UView. I have the Sports Comm Club. I was on UView last semester. I can't do it this semester because I have a night class on the day that I was gonna do the show. But you're an RE. Yeah. I am on the student advisory board with Bernie. I am in an article. Like I have been given all these opportunities. Like we've been given all these opportunities. My roommate is also for PTC. You wouldn't know her, but
what's her name?
Brooke.
Okay.
I've known her since like 5th grade. But she mentioned that she had a better time at PTC for some reason. I'm like, how? How? Like I never had that, but I mean, good for her, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you, Angelo, for joining us today. It was a pleasure to have you on.
Yes, thank you.
To our listeners, be sure to follow us on Spotify and now YouTube. We are on YouTube now, so be sure to subscribe to us on there.
Yay.
It'll be in a video format, but it'll just be our little image thumbnail on the screen.
It'll be the thumbnail, and if I could maybe get it, just like images of the games throughout. Like if it needs it, but maybe, also like the logo too.
Maybe eventually if we get into video podcast, we could do that because I have some stuff planned for this podcast. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, that's our send off. So once again, thank you, Angelo, for joining us.
Yes.
It was so great to have you on.
It was great to finally have you on. After.
Thanks for having me, guys. Honestly, I love and appreciate the both of you. You're great people. Point Park's lucky to have you. This podcast is a banger. So as Michael said, check it out, subscribe to it, and would love to come back on again.
same goes for Spinning Thoughts and College Unfiltered whenever it starts to roll
Thank you.
out.
Yeah.
And then thank you all for listening, and then we'll see you next time in the hangar.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.